Welcome to Court Helicopter News, where we are dealing with an explainer that is very, very explosive and quite controversial. On this question, have you ever given a traffic police officer a bribe? Have you gone to an office, the land's office, and given a bribe? Have you gone to court and given a bribe? Have you gone to school and you want an admission for your child in Form 1? Then you give a bribe. On the other issue, have you ever received a bribe in any manner? Ushapewa kitu kidogo ama ushaipeana kitu kidogo? There is no complainant because the giver and the recipient are agreeing. Ni maisha, ni kujituma, ni kujipanga. But what does the law say? Section 79B of the laws of this republic talk about Anti-Bribery Act. This Anti-Bribery Act defines what a bribe is. In Section 5, it deals with giving a bribe. So if you have ever given a bribe for any favor, either to a government officer, to anybody in authority, to anybody for the purpose of getting a certain favor, then you have committed an offense under Section 5 of the Anti-Bribery Act. Section 6 provides for an offense called receiving. Have you ever received a bribe? Has anybody walked to you as a local chief? Have you ever received chicken? Kakuku tu. Has anybody brought for you maize? Wewe ni chief. You are a head teacher, a primary school head teacher. So if you have received anything outside your salary, which you are supposed to do, then you have committed an offense called receiving a bribe. Then Section 18, which I want it to be very, very clear to everybody so that you understand that an offense of giving and an offense of receiving, all of them are criminal offenses in this country. Section 18, if you are found with the offense, you shall be jailed for a duration of not less than 10 years, not more than 10 years, or to a fine not exceeding 5 million. Then there is the mandatory fine. There is the mandatory fine. And this is where I want everybody to understand. After you have been fined, that normal fine, the mandatory fine referred will be 5 times equal the amount of the benefit or the loss that was occasioned. If you received a bribe of 10,000 shillings, you will pay a mandatory fine of 5 times the number, that one we have said, times 5, that amount that was there. So you will pay 25,000 shillings. If you received 1 million shillings as a bribe, you will get a fine, a mandatory fine of 5 million Kenya shillings. 2, that mandatory fine is on top of the normal fine that you have been fined. The law moves on to say, if it is a company, if it is a company that has committed this offense, the punishment is heavy. The punishment is heavy. You will be punished very, very seriously. And the law talks of if it is a company that has done this, you will be ordered to pay back the amount of the value of any advantage you received from the government. But it moves on to say, if one is a director of a company, such person shall be disqualified from holding the position of a director in that company or any other company for a period of not more than 10 years as a company director. If your company bribes, you will be barred from being a director from that company and from being a company for any other company for 10 years. It moves on to say, if the person is a partner in that firm, you will be disqualified from being a partner of that firm and any other firm in this country for 10 years. It moves on to say, in section 11, we are going to have the general election coming in 2027. If anybody has been convicted with the offense of bribery under section 8, subsection 11, that person will be disqualified from being elected or appointed to hold a state office or a public office for a period of not more than 10 years after the conviction. So you will never be a member of parliament. You will never be an MCA. You will never be appointed a board member of any school for 10 years. If you are elected, if you are convicted on that. Lastly, if you are any other natural person, you will be barred from transacting any business with any government body or any county government for a period of 10 years. So if you are convicted of arrests of bribery, you will never, one, be elected as a member of parliament or any elected post. Two, you will never be appointed to any government body. Three, you will never, for 10 years, you will never do business with government or to the county government. So the offense of bribery is so serious, and that is why there are mandatory sentences for fines that are very, very, very high. Remember, bribery is not an offense. It is not an offense called a misdemeanor. A misdemeanor are those offenses that are where you can be jailed for a duration of less than 3 years. But a felony, which is a felony, is an offense where the punishment is above 3 years. It is a serious offense, and that is why the Anti-Bribery Act comes into force. And be very careful. Don't bribe. Don't be bribed. And don't say, court helicopter, Wakili Danstan Omari never taught you the law. See you the next episode when we shall continue dealing with the law of succession where we had stopped. We have brought this in light of the very many noises on the street about corruption and about bribery in this country. See you next week. Thank you.